Welcome, I'm the Deadwood Jedi. This is another Raid Shadow Legends video, and today I have an awesome one for you guys. This is probably the most anticipated video all week long because, as you know, the ninja hunt is over. We have found our prey, we have slain them, we have captured them, we have incorporated them into our team as we all now have a ninja on our accounts. What do we do with that? Well, we've been trying a bunch of different clan boss teams, right? I showed them a couple different versions of the Bad Eater that are useful. And I think the one that I get the most requests for is for the Budget Unkillable. And that's what I have for you guys today. So major shout out goes to a couple of my mods in my Discord, Short on Skills, Robo Hobo Bobo. Honestly, they're pretty fantastic people and amazing players, and they came up with this tune for the Budget Unkillable. So I know it works for Ultra Nightmare. I know it works for Nightmare. I do not believe it works for Brutal as of yet, but it's not to say that such a tune can't be found. This is still day one. I just have not gone to bed. Been doing different clan boss tunes all night. And this one is, I mean, it should work. It should work nice. I haven't run it yet. I really don't know. I'm not quite sure what kind of damage we're going to be able to get out of it. I'm not sure if it's even worth building Ninja to do this, but I'm very hopeful because he hits stupid hard. And so if we can bring him into a team that a lot of people have access to, I think that's going to be really helpful. Now, obviously, this is all super new, so we're all still finding out tunes. I'm sure you guys are figuring out stuff too. I'm not even sure if he's in the calculator yet. Like I said, it's still that same night, but by the time you watch this video, Ninja's probably in the calculator, so you can start to figure out for yourselves how you're going to want to tune your own teams and make, discover new ways to use them on your account. And this guy hits hard enough where it's worth putting in the effort to do so. So I'm really excited to see what you guys are going to bring out. And you guys let me know in the comments down below what you think of this video itself. I do want to give a quick shout out to my Patreons. Can't do this stuff without them. And if you guys are interested in getting coaching for your teams, getting some of my advice in a one-on-one session, you can sign up through my Patreon. If you want me to take over your clan boss team and make it better, or help with dungeons, or even a gear cleanse, again, go to my Patreon. You can sign up through there, and I'd be glad to help you guys out. Other than that, if you like the music in this video, Soundstripe link down below. I don't want to spend a lot of time on this. I'm going to go over the build really fast, talk exactly about how we get this in tune, and then we're going to do it. But this one's crazy, guys. No poisons. It's all just raw damage, whatever we do. We're going to bring in Ninja, of course. We're also going to bring in Jintoro. We're also going to bring in Jintoro, and we're going to bring in Ragnar. So we're going to have decreased defense and weaken for the full fight, and that should really give us an idea of how much damage Ninja can do, because I have not seen that yet. This could be very exciting. We could get really big numbers, or maybe not. I don't know, but I'm excited to find out. So join me on this trip. Let's go look at the champions. All right, as you can see, this is the build we have here. We have this is not the build. As you can see, this is the build right here. As I said, we have Ragnar as our stun target. We've got Jintoro. We've got Ninja here, Man-Eater, Painkeeper, Budget Unkillable, per usual. Let's look at the champions really fast. All right. So now this is not like the most optimized team, at least not when it comes to Man-Eater and Painkeeper. I mostly just got them to speed, try to give them 100% crit rate. So that is what we have. 33,000 HP, decent defense, 241 speed is going to be good crit rate, and some accuracy, which is probably a little bit excessive, but hopefully it'll help us stay alive in case we take a couple hits in the beginning there. Painkeeper here, we have 34,000 HP. She should be the second highest on the comp. 219 speed, almost 100% crit rate. Not quite there. Should work pretty solid for us. Her masteries, by the way, I'm going to show are just a support tree. We are coming down this left side here, or this left side of the tree, just to get a little bit extra heal and not have to worry about retribution screwing things up. And then we get to our DPS champions, and this is where hopefully the things shine. We've got some stacked out builds. Now, obviously with Ragnar, we do not have Life Drinker. That's crucial to make sure he doesn't heal up. We want him taking the stun for us. As far as the build goes, you can see we've got 5,000 attacks, 36k HP, almost 37. Should be the highest in the comp, so he takes the stun. 100% crit rate, 280 crit damage, so much, and a bunch of accuracy as well. That's going to be fun. We're going to bring in Jintoro here. And this is just like the smack comp, right? I try to get as much damage in as I can. 5,000 attack as well, 100 crit rate, 250 crit damage, and obviously Some 174 speed is good too. 228 accuracy should be enough to land the decreased defense, and we can keep that up. All right, so we've got Ninja all kitted out here, of course. Masteries for Ninja is we actually went down the support tree here. Part of that is I don't want those retribution counterattacks. I feel like that turn meter boost can throw things off, so we want to avoid that. We are going to take Life Changer to make sure that we heal up, and War Master. Now, a lot of people are asking, why not Giant Slayer? He gets so many attacks on that A2. Well, it's just a 3-hit attack. It's nothing crazy, and he's only using it once per cycle. It's not enough to really justify taking War Master or Giant Slayer over War Master. So we're going to keep that, and then if we look at the stats, 5,500 attack. It's a big improvement. It's 1,000 more than last time. 162 speed. This works for Ultra Nightmare. I believe this works for Nightmare as well, though it syncs a little bit later. So you'll definitely want to check those speeds in the calculator once we get this champion in. Well over on the crit rate. I know it. You know it. I can only do so much trying to build this team without destroying all my other champions. 227 crit damage, I think, is still pretty solid, and good accuracy there. So I'm actually pretty excited about this. I think it's going to be quite the team, quite the build. 3 major damage dealing champions should be pretty exciting. Now, one thing we should cover really quickly is the priorities. Now, obviously, I'm not just using one tricky champion. I'm using 2 tricky champions because Ragnar is also very difficult to use. We're going to want to start with his Thirsty Axe and then use Gleam of Avarice and totally eliminate that Gold Mad Frenzy. Now, I've done a whole video on using Ragnar in a Budget Unkillable team since we've gotten the skill priority, so you're definitely going to want to check that out if you're curious about how to get him right and how to use him in a Budget Unkillable team. But he is arguably the best stun target available for it. So in order to make this work, we do need to prioritize the Cyan Slash, his A3 skill. I know that A2 is the one that the AI would like to use first, and it's one we'd like to use first as it does the most damage. But in order to use him in the Budget Unkillable, we're going to need to prioritize the A3 skill, and then that'll limit how often the A2 happens. More importantly, it limits how often the A1 happens so that we can tune this properly. And that's pretty much all we got to do as far as getting ourselves in tune, and we can just jump in here. So the challenge here is we're going against Spirit Affinity, and just based off the way the comp works, Painkeeper always ends up taking the slow debuff. So trying to counteract that is the trick right now. I'm trying to figure that out. We're going to assume it's just like any other Budget Unkillable. We don't use our A2 on the first time through, and we wait to use it on the second time through. Hopefully that does it for us. Now, we are going to want to start with the A3 ability of Ninja here. We're going to start with the A3. Everybody else is going to kind of do their thing. We're going to start with the A1 here with Ragnar. All right, Painkeeper's going to go. We're just going to use the A1 because that slow debuff is about to hit us right here. Boom. And then everybody else is just going to use their skills. And A2 now with Ninja. And A1 again with Painkeeper. And the stun should go to Ragnar. It does. Success. All right, there goes. Everybody else is going to go. Hopefully we get caught up here. Use that Gleam of Avarice. Such a nice skill. There goes Jintoro. Now we're going to A1 again with Painkeeper. And we should hopefully be in sync at this point. Everything is lined up so far, just like we want. Get that Unkillable out there. You saw we did use the A1 of Ninja right there. That's where we wanted to use it, and it's going to be the only place we use it. Perfect. We start off with Painkeeper's A3 right here, and we are in sync. I'm going to go ahead and click auto. We'll see how it works. You see that A3 ability now comes back with Ninja. Use that A1, get that leech out. This is going to allow the rest of the champions, because they take attacks, to actually heal up and keep Ragnar nice and low. Everybody's going on. There's that A2, which is just beastly. Stun goes to Ragnar, just like it should. So far, so good. Let's see how this works. Look at that A1, 100,000 damage. Now remember, he ramps up so much, Ninja does, over time. So it's not going to be crazy right off the bat. It's going to take some time to get there, but when it does, it's going to be very nice, I think. So we're going to want to, definitely we're going to want to watch this for a little bit, make sure it's working. And then we're going to want to jump towards the end of this and see the kind of damage he's doing. Oh my goodness, look at that. Oh, sick. Sick. This really is like maybe the most disgusting budget unkillable team I've ever put together. I mean, if you like watching big numbers tick, I don't know anything better than this. We got Gentoro dropping major hits. We've got Ninja dropping major hits. We've got Ragnar dropping major hits. I mean, it is a gross team. For a budget unkillable team, this is gross. Oh, look at that. Oh, 144k. That's an A1 skill. That's like the nothing skill. Oh, man. Lovely to watch, guys. Oof, oof. That thing does so much damage. All right, cool. This looks like it's working just fine. Don't have to worry about anything else. We got the timing on everything perfect right now. It's amazing, guys. We're able to bring Ninja into a budget unkillable team. That's pretty bonkers. Major shout outs to Short on Skills and Robo. Oh, wow. This is cool. And the best part about this is we're keeping decreased defense and weaken up for the entire fight. So I'm real interested to see what kind of damage Ninja does. Because, you know, when we brought him into the Bat Eater team, he's getting twice as many turns. So got to keep that in mind. But he didn't have weaken at all, period, and had decreased defense only for like maybe half the fight, maybe 2/3 of it, but definitely not for the full time. And he's dropping 35-40 million damage. I'm real curious to see what kind of damage we're able to put out with this. It doesn't look like it's going to be much more than a 2-key team, but let's jump ahead, I don't know, to about turn 40 and keep an eye on the kind of damage that Ninja is doing in this comp. I think it'll be really interesting to see, so we'll be back in a bit. Not too bad, guys. Not too bad, right? Now, let's look at the damage here. Ragnar did 7 million. For budget, for the stun target, that's pretty good. Ninja dropped almost 18 million damage. He does a lot of damage. I mean, Gentoro did 10.5 million. Ninja did almost twice that. I mean, I'll be honest, I was expecting them to be pretty similar damage-wise. I mean, Gentoro's like major hit ability comes, I guess it's what, every 6 attacks or something like that. It's not that often, but it does a lot of damage when it does, but Ninja's is every 3 attacks. It's just crazy damage that he's doing there. That's wild to me. Obviously, Maneater and Painkeeper chipping in a cool 3 million apiece, doing their bit. But, you know, easy 2-key, no poisons at all on this team, which I think is pretty remarkable. Obviously, there are budget unkillable teams that can do more damage than this, but, I mean, that's pretty great. Pretty great, I think. It's also really fun watching big numbers. I'm not usually a big numbers guy, but I enjoyed that. And those were some big numbers being dropped and really fun. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that too. So there you go. That's the team. We are able to use Ninja in the budget unkillable. Now, you know, what does that really mean? Well, if you're going to use Ninja, obviously you have to make his speed in that 161 range. You're going to 100% test this in the calculator before you go do it. I mean, you know, perception sets have a big impact. Laura Steele has a big impact on it. Just making like the numbers are really, really close. So it's not like those things have a big impact on it, but you want to make sure that, you know, when the display says 161, that doesn't necessarily mean it's 161. You definitely want to test in the calculator, make sure it's not actually 160.49 and it's too slow for it to work. But yeah, it's a pretty easy adjustment, right? You're just dropping his speed a little lower, which gives you the opportunity to pack in more attack, more crit damage, more crit rate. It was really fun watching him use his skills. I mean, he hits hard, very hard. Having decreased defense and weaken out there consistently makes a big difference to the damage that he does. You know, if we had that in the Bat Eater team, I mean, he would be doing crazy numbers, even more than what we showed before. But this works. It works on Spirit Affinity. It works on any affinity. So that's a really good sign. Now, obviously, you know, Ninja's going to be a blue affinity champion. You can't bring him into all budget teams based off the affinity. When you're facing the red boss, that's not going to be a good choice because he's going to take the stun and that will, of course, ruin the run. But for a budget champion, I think he's pretty good. I would say he's pretty good. Seems pretty decent to me. Yeah. Now, is he the best champion out there? No. I mean, he's straight damage. So you want to make sure that whatever debuffs are important to you to bring in, mostly decreased defense and weaken, that you're getting those from other champions. One of the limitations of this is we're not able to fully utilize this kit because if he were, we'd get more of those A2 attacks in, right? He gets a cooldown from his A3. It should be something that we should get almost every other turn, but we're not able to do that. And we're not able to do that and have it tuned for the Budget Unkillable. So that's just the reality of it. So it limits it a little bit, but every one of its hits does good damage. So we're not really sacrificing that much, I think. You definitely will benefit from stacking attack on him. Getting more crit damage wouldn't have hurt. I definitely would have liked to have done that as well. But man, good champion. Does a lot of damage. He's going to be really good for Clan Boss. Right now, he's not really great for anything else, but he's definitely a good hard hitter for Clan Boss. So hopefully you all enjoyed that. If you did, hit that subscribe, like, you know, all that fun stuff. Leave a comment down below. What do you guys think? Is this somebody that you would bring in your Clan Boss team, specifically your Budget Unkillable team? I mean, I think it's a tricky one to do sometimes. But now that we have the tune, is this somebody that you'd bring in? Is it worth it considering that you're not getting the other debuffs? I'm actually curious to hear what you guys think about that. You know, I mean, how high do you rate this guy? Right now, he's good, but not like that top tier. He doesn't bring anything else to the table except the damage. He just does that really, really well. So, you know, if we can figure out more tunes with him, I'm excited to see, you know, what he can do. But that's always a trick. Getting him in tune, keeping him in tune. That's the tricky part. So anyway, guys, hopefully you enjoyed this, and thanks for sticking around. Until next we meet, I'm the Deadwood Jedi.